My internet friend who is probably one of the best in the world. This is for you, Mr. Robert Scoble. People do love technology, but it is a huge distraction. It's a huge distraction. It's so addictive. There is a perception with technology that it can solve all problems. You present it with the data, it will process the data and find some magical solution. Any problem in the world. So we keep giving the technology more of our time, more of ourselves, more of our attention, and of course, more of our data, thinking it can solve all our problems, all our business problems, all our personal problems, all our social problems. So it's becoming like a god that we worship. And we're buying more and more technology, more laptops, now iPads. We have iPhones. No, we have smartphones. No, we don't have one, we don't have two, we have 5 devices. Go into any house now, there's 20 or 30 devices. Go back 10 years, there may have been 3 or 4. So we're hooked on it and we're procreating with it. We're making it breed. We don't need 3 or 4 mobile devices. So what's happening? What is that addiction? Well, Sherry Turkle from MIT has written a book called Alone Together, why we like to spend more time with technology and less with one another. So we're being attracted, if you like, by the stimulus of the technology. So the technology is stimulating us more personally, mentally, emotionally, than being with another human. So that in itself is a worry. But that's another distraction. So we're getting more addicted, more distracted, and thinking, oh, there's more software, and there's more apps, and there's more this, and there's more that. And you just keep putting it and putting it and putting it. And what's happening? Well, the underlying thing of what's happening is we do believe that technology can solve all problems. But the way it will do that is we will merge with the technology. The technology is going to embed itself inside us. And that's called the concept of singularity. And if you go to California, there's now a singularity university where you can learn about that, where you can do a course in learning about having technology embedded inside you. So in 2007, we were at a conference in Lucerne, and we saw a professor from Reading University, Professor Kevin Warwick, talk about embedded chips. Chips inside your spinal cord, chips inside your arm, chips that allowed you to communicate on a smartphone without carrying one, chips that allowed you to surf the internet on a big screen and Google without needing a device. So what we're seeing is humans and machines merging into one, like this. So here's the thing, how does this happen and what pace does it happen at? So the microprocessor inside a smartphone or an iPad or a laptop will match the human brain in processing power, not thinking, processing power by 2023. So every processor in every device will be the same horsepower as my head by 2023. Okay, so you go, wow. Okay, so what? Big deal. But by 2045, every processor in every device will match the human race. Every single device will have the processing power of the human race. So to solve all these problems, this addiction, this love affair, this distraction, where we're kind of like diving in, like Lawnmower Man, the movie, diving into this online world, this social world, this technology world, this addiction, the final output will be humans and machines become one. And for many people, that's terrifying, completely terrifying. But it's going to happen anyway, because that's the nature of emergence. Things come up on you that you're not expecting. The thing I would say to people is to spend time getting off technology, have breaks from technology, do something called earthing. Take your shoes and socks off for 10 minutes a day and walk around outside on the ground. Reconnect your battery to the earth. Make sure you get off this distraction, addiction, love affair with tech, because you're going to put more time into Twitter, more into Facebook, more into this blog, more into that tweet, more into this, more into that, and then more into Google Plus, and then more into that, more into your apps, more into, and you're just going to eventually, if you see families now sitting around at home watching the telly's on, and everyone's got a laptop or an iPad or a mobile device in their hand. So they're watching telly and they're doing this. So the technology is creeping inside the humans. And eventually we'll say, oh, screw that. I'll just have it embedded. I'll have it in my spinal cord. I'll have one here in my neocortex. I'll have one here so I can just log on whenever I walk into a building. That new world of singularity is creeping up on us. And of course, it's like alcohol. It creeps up on you and you get addicted to it. It takes a number of years. It can take 5 or 10 years. That's what technology is doing. Technology is the new alcohol. So beware.